So 3 weeks to go until the over the board tournament. Just seen this rapid 10-minute rapid arena. This is one of those like 24-hour things. That's quite amazing. They must have been doing this a while. So I'm going to go in and play 4 games like we had done previously and see how we get on. It's a 10-minute 0 increment game. There's a mixture of levels of players in this strongest site in the world. So we'll go in and give it a shot. Shall we click join on that side? Click join. Oh no, it says there player limit reached 1000, so we can't join this one. Oh, that's a damn shame. Right, let's close that down then. Let's see if there's a... I don't think I saw any other tournament. Play. Boom, 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 boom. Arena. Oh, there's a 10-minute arena here. 435 players. Let me just have a look, see if I'm not jumping into any grandmaster situation. Oh no, they must have set up another one because that one has reached its limit. So let's jump in on this one. Just make my screen a bit smaller. Get in there quick before they reach the limit. Oh, it looks like we're on. Oh, we're in. Okay, 10-minute 0 increment game. Try and practice the answer. So basically, it's every move means something. So we're bringing the knight out here. They're obviously going to be attacking. I've tried pushing past it. It's still a little bit lame. I want to just take it off the board. And don't want to move too swift. We can bring the bishop out, put in a check on the king before we block the pawn. I'm going to do that first. Put the check on the king. Then just push the pawn up, giving space for the dark square bishop and castle. And they're opening up their dark square bishop. So we don't really need to overthink any of this. Just bring this knight out. It's developing the knight. Potential. They're targeting the king area. Going to attack the queen, bait the pawn. Probably the knight is just going to jump. We baited the pawn, making a bit of space around the king. Going to attack their bishop and open up, hopefully open up this rook on this file. That's my basic logic. They might not entertain that. Let's take. So trying to give the rook some space, like we said. You know, it's all well and good making maneuvers, but if your rooks aren't in the game either, then you're really kind of stuck. So we have this, this, and this. I'm just bringing my queen here, maybe trying to prepare across the side towards their king. So when you watch any chess matches, it's really about eventually putting pressure on the king, but your journey towards getting to there, it's not going to be just straightforward attack on the king. You've got to jostle. Now he's got like 1-2 pieces on the pawn. We've got 2 pieces protecting. If we get rid of the bishop takes, then we take, and he's got 2 pieces on there. So I'm going to take this knight off the board just to save any confusion. And then we're going to hit the bishop and see what he wants to do. Do we take with the pawn or keep the rook open? I favour keeping the rook open. I know it's only a half open file. It's not interested. Interesting times. So we can attack their knight and get this pawn on the far side. Can't really see a problem with that. I'm going to do that. Bring the knight across. We're on 8 minutes. Don't want to get caught too much in long play thinking. Oh, we've given them a pawn. So they've gone greedy munching for a pawn, but does it improve their position? That is always the question, isn't it? So we're going to bring the rook up. Maybe looking to hit towards the king area, but he's got so many pawns that we might struggle with that. Let's take. And then we can take his rook off the board with a check on the king at the minute. Knight doesn't have any protection, so we could try and do a funky looking maneuver like this, which looks like we're in here, but we're actually attacking the knight. and we're also attacking the bishop. But we're not, can't take the bishop because the knight's protecting, but the knight's got no protection. So the queen either comes here, looking for the exchange, which I think they probably will do. Because now they're taking a long time, they're not moving as fast. The knight can move, obviously, we can take. Can move here. And it's like an even exchange then, isn't it? But we've got them going into the tank. Sometimes you have to worry when they go into the tank because it's like, oh, they've got a checkmate pattern. So we'll take our time on the next move if it's not an obvious maneuver. Just thinking, what can they do to disturb our king? The only thing that can put a check on is the knight coming here. So we have to do something about that. Takes, and then the bishop takes. So at least the bishop and the knight have protected themselves. So I think that's what they'll end up doing. Puts the check on, we take, bishop takes, and bishop's in a nice position because it's stopping our rook from attacking their queen. No, he's gone for a check on our king. Damn it. They put a lot of thought into that, so it looks like we're going to be finished, isn't it? Our knight's protected. We come here with our king, which seems obvious, obviously. Okay, I don't think I need to overthink that. There's only one space really that's good enough for me to move to. But they've put so much thought into that maybe there is some checkmate thing that I haven't seen, because I didn't envisage the queen coming and putting a check on. He still has these minor pieces being under attack. And now the queen's no longer coming down here. So I'm not really sure. I'm still thinking this is coming here. But maybe they're thinking if they're coming there, we're getting the bishop for free. And then they win a pawn when the knight takes here. I don't know. Or is the queen coming to save the day? No, not that way. Is he just attacking our knight? I really don't know, because this opponent is putting a lot of thought into moves and they're not doing anything I'm suggesting. So I'm shutting my calculation off now. We'll respond to whatever they're doing. So this is our first game in our first game of 4 in preparation for the tournament, over the board tournament, in 3 weeks time now. Okay, so the rook's coming down. I feel like there's a squish coming on at some point, but I'm going to just take the knight and see what, I mean, there's this sort of thing, isn't there? Could even bring the rook down. Now they're moving quick. Now they're moving quick. So do we move back up and attack the bishop? Feels like a trapping situation going on somewhere. Move back up, attack the bishop. Bishop moves, but then we're kind of getting it down here, aren't we? Or do we bring the queen across, but then he's got a fork with the pawn? Don't think that's a nice position. Could come here with the queen, attacking the bishop, looking to get a check on the king. Okay, and if he pushes the pawn down, we get the queen for free, something like that. Yeah, let's do that. Attacking the bishop, check on the king, taking the queen off the board if the pawn pushes. What's this sly rook trying to do? It's not supported by their queen, but it can still sit here. Don't really want a mamby-pamby check, you know, yes, to go back, but then we can't do anything. So we really need to be getting our rook into the into the open file. Ah, they're protected, but they've blocked their rook, so that gives us a moment, I think, to bring the rook here facing their rook. Yeah. Nothing else. Knight coming here. Gets a check on the king. Let's bring the rook across first. I think it's evens, isn't it, at the minute? Materially. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh no, they've got more pawns. Why is it? Oh, it's because it's small screen. It's not showing all of the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We've got a rook and oh, we've got two minor pieces above, so we're plussing. Yeah, we've got 2 knights. That's good. So he's attacking the pawn. Always for the B pawn. And like I said, knight can come here. He comes down for the pawn. We put a check on the king. King moves. Just push the pawn while we're thinking. Queen currently is protecting the knight. So out of some strange cat, oh, queen's coming here a bit menacing. What's he looking for? Still on the knight. Yeah, and we can continue with this knight maneuver, can't we? What's getting hit? Pawn's coming down onto the knight, supported by the queen. Knight comes in. What's he think he's doing? He's got a bit of a check on the king there. If we bring this knight here, his bishop's going to move. But if it moves, we still get the check on the king. Right. Okay, let's go with that. I think they're going to go, whoa, yeah, celebrate. And move the bishop somewhere. Maybe not there, but... Or maybe even back here. But we still got the check on the king. They move, so then we would get like a checkmate. Would be a stealthy checkmate. But as we've seen, this player doesn't do anything that I'm expecting them to do, so I'm not doing any calculations. I'll just wait and see what it is that they're doing. And just respond, hopefully, with an improved position. Yes, I didn't know. They've got more pawns, but we've got more pieces. Oh, he's gone protecting the square. He's got a bit of pressure here, but the queen is protecting, so we can still continue with the check on the king and get the queen off the board. Because we have the X-ray, or they take the piece that's putting the check on the king. Unless I'm missing something, the problem might resign at this point, which would make that a very nice first game. Okay, so we'll take... Do they have any magic? We're on a dark square with the king. The bishop's not doing anything magical. We're attacking the pawn, we're attacking the bishop as well. So it's just going to be like a queen versus the rook. I think I can work with that. Queen versus the rook. Or am I missing something? I've got a knight as well. What am I on about? So I'm going to take the bishop and just attack the queen. Take the pawn off. Now he's going to try and get these down. Take with a check on the king. Take the pawn. Just nice and steady. It's attacking the knight. It's got no protection. We could quite easily just exchange and just go like this. Does make it harder for us, but I don't think it's impossible for us to actually get them pawns promoted. Let's attack the pawn. defending the knight. Let's bring the knight up. Let's push the pawn. Let's capture. It's coming down for stuff. Let's go here now. Doesn't want to exchange. Not playing ball. Interesting times. Let's go here. Let's keep pushing. They must be trying to win on time or something, but I've got like 3 minutes here. Surely we must be okay. Unless, of course, we mouse slip. You know, these things happen. These things do happen. So let's be steady. Now they must be thinking, is there any way of them actually physically winning the game? Probably not. So they may be looking to press that resignation button anytime soon. So that felt like a fairly smooth game. And I mean, the key thing for me is we were up like a minor piece. I didn't realize it until later on in the game, but it's the move order of things and placement of pieces that we talk about in the answer process. Out of all of the major things when we've seen games and played our own games, the issues always come around move order and teamwork, making your team work together, you know, is really quite essential. And the move order is such a big thing throughout all the games. And they resigned. So yeah, that was a really good game, good first game. We'll take a bit of a break and then we'll come back in, as in the real tournament over the board. You have a break, like an hour or two break or something. Okay, had a break, so go back in. There's an hour and 23 left of this tournament, so we should be able to get a few breaks in for the 4 games that we're wanting to play. So click on the next game. Wow, straight in. Okay, let's just push through the center here. Again, just try and keep practicing the answer to chess. Developing the knight, attacking the pawn. And we like to just blast through the center and see what happens. If they want to get a bit arty, leaving the knight there and bringing the bishop through and all that sort of stuff. So taking time. Looks like are they struggling with their signal or something? So we will grab, because that's what we're used to doing, and we'll grab. Okay, so they're going for a nice simple exchanges, and let's go with this bishop thing supporting the queen. And let's take. So we did that, so we didn't really want to develop their knight for them. So that's why we did that. So now they're attacking. The bishop is supporting this pawn, so we can bring the bishop here, or we can, sorry, here, or we can bring it just back here again. I think just bringing it here is safe enough. And let's just develop the knight supporting the pawn. So position, checks, captures, threats, support, blocking. I think I'm happy with the bishop coming here, although really I don't need to worry because this pawn is not getting opened anytime soon. But they're probably bringing the knight here, maybe to attack the pawn here. So I'm going to bring the bishop here, just in case they are thinking of doing that. And we're going to castle, keep it real simple. So we've got our pieces developed. They're probably looking to get their bishop developed. They're looking to stop our knight from jumping in. Obviously to there. Bishop doesn't have any protection on, so we should probably give them something to think about. So just bring the rook here, attacking the bishop. Oh, it's going this way. All right. So again, the bishop's still a little bit hemmed in at the minute, the white square bishop. Can we build on that? It's tempting to jump here, but this pawn isn't protected. So we could bring the pawn up, or we could bring the bishop to support. Which one is it going to be? If any. So it's nice to put pressure on the pawn here, but the knight is there. Can't push the pawn because the bishop will take. Blocking in the white square bishop doesn't feel good to me, but again, blocking the pawn doesn't feel good to me. I'm going to bring the bishop here. It's just supporting the pawn with the idea of potentially attacking the bishop, which doesn't have any protection, but you know, it's got places that it can go to. So it's nothing major. Now they're opening up the white square bishop, so we're going to attack the bishop. Knight may take. Do we take with the rook or do we take with the pawn? I think probably taking with the pawn helps block that down, and then we can both start challenging this area, and it also kind of blocks off the bishop. So I'm going to take with the pawn. So it's going to be a fight for control of this file here with the rooks. Not taking advantage of that just yet, so maybe we can start looking to see if we can own it. Not much spaces for the dark square bishop, so they're just doing pawn moves at the minute. So maybe we might get away with bringing the bishop here, gets challenged, bring it here, bring it here, just to make space. Or do we need to rush to do that? Could bring the rook up to then come across. Probably looking to attack the pawn. Which one's better? I'm going to bring the bishop across and maybe push this rook up. Be nice to get here, but yeah, like it's going to get hit. Let's just bring the bishop here like we said, and just, oops, excuse me, sit it here. Rook does have sights of here. Obviously it's not going to stay there too long because the bishop will hit it. We're trying to get them doubled. Okay, just bring it here like we said. If there's further challenges, let's push the pawn up. I'm surprised our time has gone down so quickly actually. We're around 6 minutes. Bishop's protecting the pawn, so we can't take the pawn. We can bring our bishop here, attacking their pawn. Didn't really want to go in front of the rook because we wanted to double the rooks up. If we go here, we can challenge with the pawn here. Then we're moving here, and then it maybe challenges. It may just hit our bishop. Bishop's got space to move too. So I'm going to go here, to come here, to come here. Yeah, so let's go here. So they're like a pawn pushing maniac at the minute. Let's just go here. And hopefully we're going to get the space for the rooks that we wanted. So this bishop is looking to challenge this because we're going to be coming. Ooh, okay. Shall we go here first because the dark square bishop's just going to challenge the rook, isn't it? Let's go here first and look into double. Also, we've got a 2-on-1 on the pawn, so they may just defend, but it gives us time to get doubled with the rooks. Yeah, so it does come and protect. So it gives us time to double the rooks like we said, which is the power base for the rooks. He does have stealth bishops looking to try and do something. Yeah, so that was always going to be attacked anyway, that pawn. What is the plan? What is the plan? Let's attack this rook higher piece. He just drops here. Maybe look for an exchange. So this pawn is going, so there'll be a pawn up. I'm hoping the position's not going to be too good for them though. We've not done that, but we don't have the 2-on-1. We could come here with the 2-on-1. So anything on his king. Could attack the bishop. That was the kind of plan, but if we go there, then his bishop puts an X-ray through to our bishop. We can take his bishop takes our bishop. We can, well, we can't move that straight away because the bishop's covering that area. Our poor bishop is stuck on the back, but we will be able to challenge these pawns. Yep. Okay, let's do that. Let's do that and see how it looks after all of it. It didn't look like it looks too bad. Oh, we expected this, but it's not doing that. Is it giving us a better position, getting the rook up, because the bishop's going to be taking the pawn. If we get across here, his rook's just going to come here, isn't it, and block. If we take, then take, rook takes with a check. Hefty. Forget this pawn, we're not protecting it. Rook here. Okay, let's have a look at the best one. Time is running out so quick. Dark square bishop. What did we say? What did we say? What did we say? Can't go down. Come across. Bishop takes. Rook up. That wasn't it, was it? Okay, let's move it. Bishop takes, rook up. We've got the rooks on the back. They have to think of something, I think. Let's get there. Bishop's guarding this square, so there's potential for them just going for the exchanges. We're on this dark square bishop as well. So it's going for the exchange like we thought. Is there anything different? If we took... and he takes... no, that doesn't work. So just take... let's bring this bishop back. He might be looking to trap us. 2-on-1 on the pawn. 2 minutes we're on now. Oh, I don't understand how my time's moved down so fast. I must be in long play thinking, I don't even realise. Or they're just moving extremely fast, something or the other. Oh, options and choices. A little bit clever, aren't they? A little bit clever. Little bit clever. So we do have a white square bishop. It's not in the game at the moment. That might be causing us a bit of problems. King's just going to come and harass the rook. He's worried about the pawn. The pawn's going to move first, isn't it? like we said, pawn's moving first. We come down, attack the pawn again. You're trapping us. Little bit clever, fella. Let's come down, take the bishop, attack one of the pawns. I'm sure they can't protect both of the pawns, so one of them's got to fall, surely. They look like they've got more pawns than me. 1, 2, 3, 4. So he's keeping the pawn majority side one. And then he's going to be owning the center as well if I go leave. Ooh. It's going to be owning the center. Yeah, how have they got... They've been moving real quick as well. That doesn't seem right to me. Something's not sitting right with me in the state of Texas here. Well, you're going to get games like these. Bishop's protecting both of the pawns. Can't take there. Come back and try and manage the file, open file. It's got pawn majority on this side. I'm going to lose on time. Let's push this, maybe give some space for the white square bishop. All these are going to be challenged. Wants to get rook off the board. Got to check on the king. King moves. Yeah, this is, they're a little bit too clever for me, I think. Pawn majority on this side. Let's take. Oh, steady on. Attack. Push. Let's hit the pawn. Try and give them something to think about. Let's push this pawn. Oh, we're not going to be fast enough. What am I doing? What am I doing? Oh, what am I doing? Right, we'll resign this one. So I'm going to bring the knight out now. Let's utilize the answer again. And let's see where we go from here. Shall we just take with the queen? Bring the queen back, the knight's attacking it. Nice and simple chess. And oh, we could actually go with this one, see where it goes. Let's give up the pawn. Always seems to get a bit of a blockage, and let's attack the pawn again. I'm not a fan of this, but from computer evaluation of my last games, previous games, when I've done evaluation on it, it's saying that there's no problems doing this type of thing. It's not my favorite situation. Gonna attack the queen with the smaller piece because it's kind of like higgledy-piggledy. Bishop's defending. Okay, what do we do? What shall we do? Knight's protecting, pawn's protecting. I don't think we need to lose too much sleep over that. Shall we just get this bishop out? Yeah, let's just get the bishop out. I'm just looking now at my down pieces already. Let's take this off the board. Queen's got a line of sight, but it's not a very good sight at the minute. And let's castle. Let's Attacking the pawn. Knight is defending this area here, so it looks like it's going to be either the rook or the queen. Probably bringing the queen off of that file. Yep, just to protect the pawn, because it's going to get hit by one of the rooks at some point. Yep. Right, so we can move this bishop and take. Just take. Oh, excuse me. So the queen is out. Let's just get this knight out of the way. See if we can get an exchange going with the rooks. Because there's games where you can tell something doesn't feel right. You know, they're gaining advantages where you think, hey, that looks a little bit odd. It looks a little bit strange. And it's not saying you're the best player in the world or anything like that. You just know when something doesn't feel right. This game feels okay. And it's neither here nor there. It's left this pawn. It's attacking our queen. So we can look to attack the knight. It's got a fork. So it looks like he's got favours all over the place. We take his pawns on the knight. I'm going to just simply take. And it's coming on the back is the knight. Can't go here. Can go here because the queen is protecting. But the pawn's just going to push down onto the queen. But if the pawn pushes down onto the queen, oh no, the knight can't come back, can it? Can't reach there. Yeah, nice one. Okay, so yeah, the pawn would come down onto the queen, no longer protecting the knight. Looks like the knight's going back to where it started. Could come central. I think it's better here, isn't it? It's better here. Their king's a bit airy at the moment. Maybe try and let it know that we're in the game. Get the knight swinging up. It all depends on what they do next. I think they're just going to push the pawn. So we're just going to attack the queen. And see if there's an exchange. They move there quick, but have I fallen for some stupid fork? No, it's gone silent. It's gone silent. We may have just got that. Oh, we got it for free. Fantastic. All right, let's just lean on the the king. Let's put a check on, maybe. Yeah. Just block with the knight. Anything else? Just block with the knight. Make some space. Try and get the rooks linked up if we can. Oh, he's attacking beast. Attack the knight, attack the pawn and pawn. Two pawns. Got to watch the knight with the forks of any sort. Let's attack the two pawns, one of the two. They're not letting me breathe. So we could come here, but we want to double the rooks first. So I'm going to bring this knight here, I believe. But the knight can go and challenge it. I want to put it somewhere where it can't challenge it. But the pawn can just drop down and challenge. Knight, 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 knight. Yeah, bring it here. I'm trying to get these as best possible so we can start going for the king. Knight, 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 knight. We could have taken this pawn, but I think it's better getting these ready. And then even if the pawn moves, getting this across here. And then start putting some pressure towards here, something like that. And try not let my time go down. still back ranky situations could happen. So it does give us time, I think, to actually bring the rook here. Yeah, and then what's he got? He's looking for the fork. See, you've got to watch these damn knights. So if we come here, he can still go for the fork thing. What I don't want is him linking these pawns up. So we go here, he attacks, bring the rook up. Let's take, I mean his rook can just chase the queen around. Let's just respond to what the opponent's doing, just keep focus. The strategy is to try and squish this king somehow in this corner. His rooks are still on the back so they can still defend, but we don't like this knight. They're a little bit too flighty with their knight, looking for forks all over the place. So he's still going for it anyway, so I'm going to bring the rook up like we said, so at least we've got a 2-on-1 on the knight. Knight doesn't have to stay there. If it comes here though, we can take. So then if it does move, we can take. It might be something. I think they're going to attack the queen. Not going to give me any rest. I am thinking of maybe this, and then hopefully get in here and triple up. But his knight is there, can block. What did I say? They're not going to give me any rest. I could take a pawn. I'm just thinking, God, if I took there, but then the rook takes, and we have a knight ahead, but I don't think I'm wearing them apples. I might just stick with what we said, which is just bringing this here. Does he have a fork with that stinking knight? I'm going to stick with that and see if we can go old school. Old school pressure. Knight's guarding that square. He's not hitting any of my pieces, so it does give us time to... Oh, come on, dude. Don't be so stupid. The man's a fork genius. So he's going to go here. But that's the problem for them, isn't it? Because it's a back ranker. We move here. He goes there. We go check. He has to take. Queen checkmate. Yeah, let's do that. With the fancy fork maneuver. Let's get a back rank checkmate over and done with. Oh, not quite. Not quite. So the queen can move here for an X-ray onto their king. The knight can still jump here, put in a link, but we can just move the rook out of the way and get the check on. Or his rook can come down and face off our queen, but we have got support with our rook on here. So I think just going with the X-ray should suffice. If it comes here, we can move the rook anywhere and get maybe his rook off the board or something. Oh no, we can't. What am I thinking? Ah, dear. Okay, so ooh, so we can take the knight off the board because we've got a check on the king. So he has to move the king. So we take the knight. And we're on the rook, so we'll be able to take the rook off the board. And is there any... I don't want to do fancy, just take it off the board, Clarky. Just take it off the board. Don't need to be arty. We now can just take this pawn and then look for a back ranker. Yep, it's too late. Let's get the rook off the board. Still playing on. Okay, let's just push. Maybe looking for some sort of stalemate thing. It's got space to move. It can move here, here. Yeah, it still can move. Let's just push. Push, still got space. Still got space. And he still has space. Boom, 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 boom. Let's put a check. Mate. Nice one. That was a good... That was the third game, wasn't it? Sorry, yeah. So we won one, lost one, won one. So we've got one more to play. So we've gone up over and above anyway when we won the first one, over and above the target that we'd set. And yeah, okay. Take a bit of a break and we'll come back in. I'm trying to get in on this last game onto the tournament. I'm getting this damn thing, server error. I flipped in, I flipped out, and then it comes back on again, and then when I click on that arena, it's just showing this. So it looks like I'm not going to get the last game in the arena after all. Okay, well, nice performance anyway for today.